Hello there and welcome to the first edition of the new show called YWC Speaks. And today the first guest is MattLovesWWEAndTNA.
What's up, guys?
There we go. Alright, it's good to have you anyway, Matt.
Good to be here.
Alright then, so we're just going to get straight to it. The first 5 questions are for TNA, and just feel free to answer, however you feel.
Alright, ready.
Alright then. So the first question is, how do you feel about the direction in which TNA is actually going?
To be honest, we're going in a bad direction, because, you see too much of Hulk Hogan every week. You see too much of Eric Bischoff every week. You don't see guys like the Marcy Machine Guns, Generation Me, people like that,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, yeah.
And that's about it for that question that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and do you feel that Hulk Hogan and Bischoff are turning it into a sort of like replica of WCW?
Oh, definitely. With the ring, they took away the 6-side ring, put the 4-side in. They have the ramp now, like the WCW did in late 2000. It's like I said, you got 6-Pac now, Scott Hall, just too much of the veterans in the business.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how do you feel about Ric Flair's return to management, like with AJ Styles and the return of a face Samoa Joe?
I think it's good that Flair's back in a way. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Flair now, ever since he retired and came back, but I do like Ric Flair going with AJ because he's better on the mic than AJ is. AJ really isn't that charismatic. At least I don't think he is.
Yeah.
What was the last about Samoa Joe? What was the part about Samoa Joe?
Yeah, how do you think that, they swapped it around, that AJ Styles has gone heel and Samoa Joe's gone face?
I think AJ heel is actually pretty cool. It's like turning WWE's John Cena heel, the big guy in the company going heel. Yeah. I think it's a really good idea for him to go heel. Samoa Joe, I'm not really. I am a big fan of him, but I used to be a big fan a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. And just to finish up on the TNA questions, how do you feel about the Abyss gimmick now? Do you think it's actually gone, or do you think it's just been toned down a bit?
Oh, the gimmick was gone for a while with Abyss wearing the flannels and stuff, kind of wearing stuff like Mick Foley and being like a wussy type character. And now with Hulk Hogan giving him the Hall of Fame ring, he kind of opened his eyes, and now he's starting to be a little more like he used to be back in like 07, 06, stuff like that. So I think the gimmick has been toned down. It's kind of ruined it a little bit, but
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, and so I'm just going to ask you now, just in the sort of interval when we swap over to the WWE questions. If you could pick one company to stick with to watch for the rest of your time watching wrestling, would it be either WWE or would it be TNA?
I'd have to say the WWE.
Yeah. And sorry, go on.
Just because of I've been watching WWE for a lot longer, and it just interests me more than TNA does.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the whole WrestleMania thing then, and the way that WWE handled the Bret Hart situation? Like, do you think that they moved him off the card too much? Like,
the card in my opinion looks pretty good so far at this point. I hope they have a Bret Hart versus Vince match actually.
Yeah,
but the card does look pretty good. Street versus Career, Edge. The card looks pretty good. I think it looks better than last year.
Yeah. And how do you think Sheamus will go on? Now he's lost the WWE Championship. Do you think he'll still be main event status, or do you think it would be mid-carders?
I think he's going to go in the mid-carder now. I mean, I think I could see it like during the draft or something, then putting him on SmackDown or something and going down the level of the mid-card. Maybe the most I think he could win is maybe the U.S. title or Intercontinental Championship or something.
Yeah. And do you think that CM Punk and Rey Mysterio are going to have a possible match at WrestleMania?
I do. I think they're going to have a hair versus mask match, which I really enjoy. I'm a big fan of CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Not as much as Punk, but I do think that if they do have the match, I do think CM Punk should win. I don't think he should have to shave his head, but...
Yeah. That would be a pretty interesting match, that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely will be.
And how do you feel about the possible breakup with Orton and Legacy? Do you think that they'll ever have a match, like a 2-on-1 handicap match, maybe possibly at WrestleMania or something like that? Or do you think they're just going for a rough patch?
Yeah, I could see them having a triple threat match at Mania, maybe Cody, Ted, and Orton. I think that'd be good to put over Ted DiBiase. Cody Rhodes a little bit more than what he is, but the legacy hasn't really helped themselves because what have they really won in the year that they've been together? Really nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So, yep, that's about it for the first one. Just a quick installment of what we're about. I want to thank, Matt Loves WWE and TNA just for coming out and hanging out and doing the first interview with us. And yeah, thanks for coming on, Matt.
You're welcome, man.
Alright, thanks for that, and thanks for watching the first installment of YouTube Wrestling Comunity Speaks. Peace out.